Hi, everyone. Hi, Dot. Hi, Mindful Mind. Thanks for joining. So we'll be starting in about 3 minutes, and I'm just taking the time to center myself and enjoy the ride. Thanks for the hearts. I appreciate it. I will see you in about 2.5, 3 minutes. Okay, here we go. Hello, welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining. I think I have this right. You guys know me. I'm still trying to figure it out. So, welcome, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cindy. I am at Simply Cindy. I am a psychic medium. This has been a long time coming. We had a great time yesterday. And what I mean by a long time coming is that I'm finally back to doing tarot. So I thought I'd kick it off this week and do tarot this week. Um, I know we're going to do tarot, and I just said that, but we are going to touch a little bit upon some astrology because of the way the mood is today and what's going on. And then we are one day away from the lunar eclipse. So I just want to mention that. I'm going to go over a couple of things. I said that in my community tab. If you're not watching, if you're not looking at my community tab, you can go to my channel and click on community tab. That's where I let you guys, I'm going to start letting you guys know, hey, I'm going to come on in an hour. Hey, I'm going to come on whenever, right? And I'm going to start tweeting it out so that you can find it. But if you guys just want to, instead of like trying to look for me, trying to figure out, and I wish I could give you a time, but I can't right now. So the best way for me to do this is if you go to my community tab, I'll let you know As soon as I know that I can, definitely, I'll let you know that I'm coming on or any news that we have. So it's just a better way to communicate since this group is growing and since this group is so tight. And I want to be able to let you guys know. Right now, I'm not doing specific times because I want people from all over the world because I have people that I see all over the world. I want them to have a chance to come in too. So thank you everyone for showing up. I see the gang is all here. Dot's here, Mindful Mind is here, Jessica's here, which is Tammy. I see Ellen's here, Petrichor Ranch. I see Moreg's here. I hope you're feeling better, Moreg. I love reading this evening, she says. Okay. So I had to abruptly leave yesterday because I was channeling and forgot that I had to take care of my grandson for a couple of hours. So it was his father that had come in and said, "Hey, it's time. I gotta go." So I was like, "Thank God you came and got me," because when I start channeling, it can be, I can do for hours. And the thing is I'm used to my own schedule, having my own time, and now that I've got my family near me, and I want to take care of my grandson when I can. I want to spend as much time with him as I can. It's just a little different for me. It's just a little adjustment. So thank you guys. The reason I'm saying that is because is if there's anybody from yesterday that I missed, especially you mods, if I missed anybody, please let me know. The other thing too is I really, really appreciate you guys bringing your friends in. I think that's really cool that you're like opening yourself up and letting your friends know and bringing them in. We'd love to meet them. They resonate with you, so they've got to be good, right? Grandkids come first. They do. Family comes first. So immediate family, the family that you kept comes first. I'll say that. I'll just say it like that. Um, anyway, so I hope you guys have a good day. Before I begin with the tarot, I do want to go over just a couple of things because the mood is so like it can be hurtful today. So I just want to go over what's going on. I'm not going to pull up any chart. So we'll just talk about it. So right now today we have that tight square with Mars. So Mars is squaring the north node and the south node, and it's pretty tight. And we've got one day before the lunar eclipse. So if things haven't already started for you, today could be where you either could say something crass or somebody could say something crass. People's emotions are really, really heightened right now. And so with Mars and it aspecting or talking to the nodes, remember? So talking to the nodes would be Mars saying, it's time. You've been working on this. It's time to like give you the energy to do this, but it's time to go for the life that you want. But in order to do that, you're going to have to let go of the life that you have, right? So wherever you're wanting to go, there are some things that you need to let go of. And he's sort of talking to you, getting you in the space because of what's coming with the Pisces lunar eclipse, right? And so, and then what we have is Chiron opposing Venus, right? So those wounds, the physical wounds too. So some of you may have some physical stuff going on today, but the physical wounds that are tied to the emotions, and tied to like what you want, but I can't see it, or what I want, but am I ready to do it? It's those Chiron wounds opposing that thing that you're wanting to get to, right? So these wounds and these tensions, they're going to be exposed today, or they could be exposed today, especially over the next couple of weeks, right? And so you have to, so my advice is really, because you guys have been what everybody's calling unmasking, right? Trying to be your true selves. Try stop. We don't want with the whole I was told to be this, and I've got to be this at work, and I've got to be this with my family, and I got to be this with my friends, and I've got to be this with my spouse, and I got to be this with my siblings. We're not doing that, right? It's the time for everybody to sort of figure out what we want to be, who we really are. So who are you and how do you want to identify in this world, right? And so that that is basically what Chiron and Venus are saying today, is that who are you? Who do you want to be? What's your authentic self, right? So because everything's so tight right now, it's like right direct square. And with Mars, Chiron being that wounded self, and the nodes being like, I have these habits and I don't know why I have these habits, but I want to do this, right? And so you got to let go of this to be able to do this, right? So I just wanted to let everybody know, um, first of all, that you're not crazy. The energy is the energy. And my advice would be to basically just focus on yourself. Stay in your lane. Don't take offense to what people are saying. If they're saying something that offends you, look at yourself and say, why is that offending me? Is it because I haven't allowed myself to be what I really want to be, and then they don't know that that's who I am, and then they say something and that offends me, but they don't really know that it offends me? Like, it's time to be your true authentic self. That's what you're trying to get to, your authenticity. And if it was an easy thing, we'd be authentic all like now, but we can't because we've had these things put on us. We, from birth, you have to act a certain way. Cindy, you're too loud. Cindy, you're too much. Cindy, you're too da da da. Cindy, you got to sit straight. Cindy, you got to sit still. Cindy, you got to da da da. Cindy, you got to go to dancing. Cindy, you got to go to, like, I'm saying my name, but it's you. Like, you were told all these things for all your life. You got to sit in church. You got to be respectful. You got to da da da. You got to do this. You got to wear makeup. You got to do your hair. You got to wear heels. You got to da da da. Like, it's just a whole bunch of stuff that we've had all our lives, right? And us older ones are at that space that it's a little bit easier for us to like see what it is that we don't want anymore because we're so tired of it. But just because we see what we want doesn't mean that we can actually just do it automatically because we have habits, right? We have habits. I was told to sit a certain way. I was told to act a certain way. When I'm with this group of people, I have to do this. When I'm with this group of people, I have to do that. It's just that it's innate in us. It's like it's been so ingrained in us. And that's where we're moving to over these next 20 years. And it's already starting, right? So the best way, the best advice that I can give you right now is today, people are going to be high tension. People may offend you. And just know it's because everybody's doesn't realize, not everybody, but most people do not realize that this energy is trying to get them to their authenticity, right? And for each of us, that's different because we're each different, right? That's why we've come to this earth and we have our perception because we're different. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Okay. So that's what I'll say about that. I just kind of wanted to let you guys know, um, because we're not going to be doing astrology till next week. So I just wanted to kind of get through that. So thank you all for coming. I see that Eagle's here. Hi, Eagle. I see Ellen. I see Witch again. I see Morag. I see Kathy. Kathy, I'm going to see you soon. I see Dot's here. I see Mom Otto's here. I want to thank you guys so much. I see Barry Nice is here. I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time out to be in this group and give your energy. And I think yesterday was a good practice for the lives that are going to be happening in the future. I don't think we're even there yet. Like it's this yesterday was nothing compared to what it can be. Rebecca's here. So, was there anybody that I missed yesterday? And I will answer their questions. I promise you guys at some point when I get everything set up, my camera angles will be right. So, yeah, was there anybody that I missed yesterday? Do, 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 do. Telling my friend about Tammy's story. Slowly marinating him to come to our group. Oh, that's cute, Dot. That's cute. Uh, Mom Otto says, I'm Kathy, Catherine, and never know when someone is talking to me. So now I'm Mom Otto. My son has me saved in his phone like that. Oh, that's cute too. Let's see. Kathy, Mom Otto. We had a very sweet boxer mix named Otto. Kathy Valle says, yes, soon. Um, and then Mom Otto says, eight Kathys. Yeah, in one class, and I got called out for not answering my name. The baby boomer. Nice. So Mom Otto Petrichor Ranch is her name is Ellen. So because I can't say that name all the time, Petrichor Ranch. Um, would love a message from my spirit guides, but not sure about questions. Okay. I just want to be able to get other people. Did I get you, Eagle, yesterday? Did I answer your question for you? I just want to make sure that I get people that I hadn't yesterday. Um, Baby Angel, I think I got her. Dot, I didn't get you, did I? Because you weren't here. But I think I got everybody else. Oh, Morag. Did I get Morag? You guys got to tell me because I can't remember. And again, once I start channeling, I don't know. Like I can't remember. Can't remember who I got, who I didn't. Right? You didn't. I didn't get you, Eagle. Okay, perfect. Happy to go last. Okay. Okay. Let me go. Let me do Eagle. Wait. Didn't get you. Okay. I thought I got Eagle. Yeah, I got Eagle. So let me get Dot and then Morag as well. Okay. Okay, Morag. Oh my god, your name is like a champagne. Listen, yesterday I wanted to thank everybody that helped out. Thank you so much, Ellen. It made things a lot easier. You guys made things a lot easier when everybody came in. I'm just kind of waiting for Morag's question, and then we'll do Dot. And I can feel like some people are in the background. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. I might keep saying your name, Dot, and I'm thinking Morag. Okay, so let's do Morag. You know what? Spirit probably wants to really talk to you, Dot. So let's do Morag. There we go. And then Dot, and then Baby Angel. Y'all know when your higher selves are pulling you out front, something's up. Okay. So my question is, will I stay with this current job in the next 12 months? Will I stay with this current job? I stay. That's good, Kathy. My water issues. That means your emotions are getting better. Or so we've been looking at our emotions. Let me see, Morag. Stay. Um, yeah. You've got the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, it looks like you're building something there. It looks like it's gonna produce more. But yeah, I see it over the next 12 months. Definitely. Um, good. Good, Kathy. Yeah, Morag, I see that there's something building because there's not well, it looks like you might have like some news. It's not an offer, but it looks like you might see a way to like not have this, but I see that you stay there. Yeah. I'm gonna go with that. And I see that it builds. I see that it becomes more. So you've been at that place a while, right? Because I'm seeing maybe even either a title with some money. I don't see a climb yet. I just see a title with some money. Okay. All right, Dot, you're next. You're up. Kathy, do you have your questions for our session? Thank you. I joined 3 months ago. Okay. Yeah. It looks like you're going to be there a while. I know you only said 12 months, but when I'm seeing that 10 of Pentacles, yeah, I'm seeing like a building, a stability, an anchor, right? Okay, Dot. Okay. Kathy, think of it this way. You're going to get to meet you that's part of you that has all your answers, that like has known you before this life. And you get to talk directly to you and you get to hear your answers from you, from your higher self. You're going to get to meet your higher self. So, what would you want to ask your higher self? Not, and don't think, well, my questions can be so mundane because I'm living here, but your higher self loves you. It doesn't want you to feel lost or sad. I mean, your higher self understands why, but they don't want it for you. They know that it's the best for you and that's what you agreed to. But just think of it that way. If I could ask, because you're going to get to ask any question to the being that's you, what would those questions be? Whether you think they're trivial or not. So Dot says, whatever spirit has in sleeve, I feel like I understand why and what's to most things in my life. So don't have specific questions. Okay, so let's see where you're at. Career is my main focus right now. Thank you. So you're trusting yourself. Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it, Kathy? I'm excited for you. I can't wait. Oh my God. When I do hypnosis, you guys have been awesome beings and you've been to great times, and have been these awesome characters. Okay. So Dot has faith in herself. See what we're doing. What is with this Four of Swords? So with the Four of Swords, I feel like, Dot, do you feel like even though you understand, you're kind of waiting for things to like mess up? I'm ill in bed. Oh, no. I hope you feel better. If you'll allow, I think somebody here does Reiki. If you'll allow, and if they want to do that, they can practice on you. Or I wouldn't say practice, get some experience. We did that with Rodney the other day. So I feel like you have everything in order so far, but it's almost like you can't believe you have things in order so far. It's almost like when you like put the boxes up in the closet and they all stay, but you're like looking at them like, are they gonna stay or are they gonna fall? Like that. Does that make sense? Like, are they gonna stay or are they gonna fall? Like you put them up there, they're all nice and neat. You finally did it. You got the work done, and then it's like, okay, but are they gonna stay there? Are they gonna like? Is it gonna fall? Did I do it right? Does that make sense, Dot? I feel like it's almost like PTSD. It's almost like almost. It's not PTSD, but it's almost like that. It's like you're waiting for the next thing to come. I feel like the boxes have been falling out. Um, let's see, all the time in the past. Yes, yes. This year has been a progressing. Oh, okay, thank you, Aries. Aries says, sorry, Cindy, working at the living facility. If you feel extra bodies, it's okay. My guides will pull them away so I don't feel all that. But thank you for letting me know because then I can just tell them to do that. Cindy healing. Yes, I do Reiki. Okay. So, Dot, I feel like I'm telling you, like a little PTSD. Like, you can't believe that you finished handling whatever's been coming your way, and it's not finished, but you got it at a place where you're a little bit calm, which is probably why you're not feeling well, because you're one of those that will, when trauma comes or things happen, um you just you get stuff done. You just like, if the trauma's hit, let's get it done. That's like your first thing is to do, get it done, get it done, and then when everything's handled, your body starts like relaxing, and that's when you get sick, right? Yeah, that's what I'm feeling, and that's probably what's happened is that you just got everything done and your body is just like feeling the trauma. So right now you're processing the trauma. Okay. Now, trauma doesn't have to be so bad, right? So when I say trauma, I don't want others to feel like, oh my God. No, it's just that when stuff comes, so when shit happens, Dot is like becomes type A and just and if she's got to stay up 24 hours, she's got to stay up 24 hours. She's got to drive 500 miles, she'll drive 500 miles. If she's got to pull money out of her butt to like get somebody or something, whatever this is, whatever things come her way, she'll get it done. But in all that, her anxiety and her, that's what I want people to know. So your anxiety and everything in your body is just done. So you're at that space right now where you're processing. You don't process, you just do. And then you process, and your body is like tired, and that's probably why you're not feeling well. You're not sick, and you're sick. So I would like for you, yeah, because I said I would like for you, and then I looked at your higher self, and your higher self, yes, yes. They said yes, yes, because it was almost like I took up the initiative, and I wanted to make sure that your higher self knew. And it's like your higher self was telling me, yes, it's coming through me. So, what I'm about to say. Um, so, what your higher self would like for you to do is learn how to validate yourself when things happen. So learn how to validate your feelings when things happen. And don't try to keep it all in until it's finished. And I know that you need the enthusiasm, and the fact that you have the anxiety gives you the push to be able to do it, but your higher self is trying to teach you another way because your body's kind of had it. Okay? So your higher self is saying, trust me. I know you, I can work with you, right? But what I'd like for you to start doing is validate your emotions. Okay. That makes sense? Okay, Eagle. I'll answer it. Right. I struggle with anxiety about sleeping before work day, which makes it worse, right? Um, yeah, I mean, I've got plenty of herbs that I can work with you that will help you with that. But for yourself, without the herbs, you're trying to put the feelings away and then do what you're supposed to do. And your higher self is saying you need to validate the feeling. And that's how we're going to transmute it. Okay. Yeah. I know I should do more nervous system calming. Yeah. That reminds me, I forgot to do the lymphatic system. Um, yeah, we'll do it on the next one. I must have forgotten again for a reason, so we're gonna do it on the next one. Okay. Right. Thank you so much, Cindy and higher self. Okay. All right, Eagle. No, so I said so that was Dot. So Morag, and then Dot, and then Eagle. I didn't have my question answered yesterday, but I already feel that I got a lot from these last days and weeks. Even I'm fine. Maybe I would have a question about finances. Eagle, I love you, so I'm gonna pick on you. Okay. If y'all read what she wrote, I'm gonna pick on you. I love you. You know, I'm picking on you because I love you. She said, I didn't have my question answered yesterday, which naturally I would say, okay, let's do your question. But then she wrote, but I already feel like I got a lot from these last few weeks. So then she's saying no. So I'm fine, right? But then she said, maybe I would have a question about finances. So then she said, yeah. Eagle, do you think maybe you're doing this when you're in relationships? Do we think maybe we're doing this? Do we think maybe we're like, yes, but no, but yes, but no? Does that make sense, Eagle? Yes, but no, but yes, but no, right? You have to learn, Eagle. I love you. You have to learn. Say, thank you so much. I have a question. I think it's about finances. I understand that you appreciate me. I understand all of that, but it's just me trying to help you. Like, you can confuse people. I want it, but I don't. But I want it, but I don't. But your real thing is that you want it. And here's the thing, Eagle. It's okay to be selfish and want it. It's okay. Even though, you get messages from the other reading. It's okay to want something for yourself. Like, that's okay. And you should like stand in it, right? Right? Only she's not British. She's Lithuanian. So let's look at your finances. I love you, Eagle. I want the best for you, right? And so this is what your higher self was bringing up. Let's see. Let's look at your finances. I want you to say, yes, I am going to be selfish. And yes, I do want that. You're welcome. She is. Isn't she beautiful? And she's got this countenance, just this countenance of just soft and sweet. And yeah, exactly. You are. You're more than enough. And you do deserve good things. And you deserve to shout that. You deserve to say, yes, this is what I want. Let's look at your finances. Where are you at? So have you been indulging, as we're saying that she doesn't do anything, have you been indulging in what you think you shouldn't be doing? Hey, Catherine. You have the, because I asked where you are now, you have the devil. So that could mean like, um, to me, it's like, yes, I'm indulging, or yes, there's like, I mean, if we're talking about finances, it would be like, oh, I spent too much money going here. I probably shouldn't have done that, but I'm going to do it anyway. Like that kind of thing. Oh gosh, yeah. I'm telling you, we have like eight of them. We have eight Kathy. And the thing is I'm working closely with a lot of you, so like you confuse me when I'm emailing. Oh, or are you having this battle, Eagle, where you want to indulge, but you won't allow yourself to indulge? And you think when you do indulge, it's the wrong decision to indulge. And maybe that's why we were talking. This is why your higher self had me say this to begin with, because you're going about this all wrong with your finances. You're thinking I'm not worthy. I should have a little, like I have a little place in this world and it's little. And so to be even asking for something more, I would never. Does that make sense? And then it's like further, how do I say this? It's further solidified, or it comes true because when you do have the money or have some money and you spend it on what you would consider luxury, like maybe even a coffee is a luxury for you. Everybody's different. But when you do spend it and you have given to yourself because of the mindset, what comes back at you is, oh God, now I can't pay that. But that's only because I gave myself that coffee. Like it's further solidified by that, right? And it's your mindset. It's your mindset thinking, I'm too small. I know I deserve better, but I don't know how to step into that energy of I deserve better, right? I do think that, because I asked where you were going with this, and I think just listening here, because you're really good at hearing and then you apply. So that's really good. It's not like your ego, you have a very, I wouldn't say balanced ego, but it's not like an ego that's overrides everything. Um, so you're very good at like taking stuff in and then applying it. So I that's why I'm saying just listening to this may make you see or understand even better, because what I said is what I asked was, where's she going with this? And you have the Four of Wands. So whatever's going on now, it's going to become more stable. I do feel like this Pisces, because you're Cancer, right? I do feel like this Pisces, and so it's going to affect the water signs a lot, right? But I do feel like it's going to shut something off, a mindset maybe, because remember what I talked about with this eclipse is like, I don't feel like it's going to take it away from me. I feel like, oh yeah, I don't need to do that anymore. Oh my God, I kind of feel, yeah, why am I doing that? I didn't realize that. Oh, thank God that's gone. I didn't even have to make a decision about that. It's gone. So I don't have to do that anymore, right? Yeah. So she says, yes, I want more money, but not sure how to get there. So normally, and you guys know I'm very practical. Normally, I would say to get there is step A, B, or C, right? I don't feel that with you. What I'm getting from your higher self is, why do you have to go get the money? Why can't it just come to you? Does that make sense? And I feel like with this lunar eclipse, remember, this lunar eclipse is giving us a glimpse into 2025 through 2027, where we're wanting to be, where our authentic self is. So, where the message I'm getting from your higher self is you don't have to, you can go get it. I can be very practical, but your higher self does not want me to do that. Your higher self says there's no reason why you have to go get it. Why can't you attract it? That makes sense? But I do feel like you do it because I mean, here's the card. Four of Wands, right? Through your actions, you understand and bring in the stability that you're looking for. That makes sense? So I'm going to leave it there because there's so much more that we can do, but I think your higher self is saying, no, I don't think. Your higher self is like, settle that in, envelop that part, embody this knowledge that you just got. And then we'll move to the next phase, but I think it's going to come naturally. So remember, this goes for everyone. You guys are powerful beings. Like, yes, we can be on this earth and do it the earthly way, right? I take an action, I do step A, step B, step C, and there's nothing wrong with that because those things will get us to manifest, right? But there's a couple of ways to manifest. You can also, while you're doing that, you can also say, I don't really need to go so far. I can just attract it too, right? I can just have it come towards me. Does that make sense? Okay. I hope that helps, Eagle. And then the next one is Baby Angel. Okay, love it. I can attract, yes. Yeah. Yeah, see, so like with eagles, I feel like that's kind of what's going to be going on with this lunar eclipse is like this, all of a sudden you get these epiphanies and you're like, oh yeah, because something's taken away. And you're like, oh yeah, I don't need that anymore. I can do it this way. Like, I understand better now. Yes, especially for Eagle because she is heart-centered. She's Cancer moon. So, of course you can. You're a Cancer moon who has a lunar eclipse in Pisces who's going to be giving you a whole bunch of stuff for the next 2 years from 25 to 27. So, get in that energy and make that happen. Yes, you too, Dot. You got to do it through your heart. You have to like that's why nothing comes because if your heart isn't attracting that, then it's going to deny it because that's your heart. That's your perception. That's your moon, right? You got to feel it. Here's how it should work in balance. I am taking the steps to get the dream and the money. So let's just talk about money. I am taking the steps to get the money. I know if I do A, B, C, this is going to make me some money, right? In the same space, I am also understanding that I am a being who creates. And though I came down and I have this meat suit on and I have to, I don't have to, but I know that it makes it faster if I take action A, B, C. I also know that that I'm an energy being and everything's energy. And all I have to do is sit in that space. So taking the action and sitting in that space will like 100 times it. That makes sense? Aries should know because Aries are so good at this. Aries can make money. Pisces can manifest out of nowhere, but Aries can make money like nobody's business. Like the problem with Aries is they get in their own way because they'll get mad about something and they're like, ah, that's too much work. but they know how to do this, right? I'm probably for the first time just vocalizing what Aries naturally do. So y'all see Aries saves lives. You can feel her energy. Step into that energy because she can do it. I know she can do it. And whoever the Pisces in here, if you need the manifesting from the ether, step into that Pisces because y'all feel that Pisces too. Okay. So, baby angel, I wanted to do yours next, right? I think that's what we're doing. Also, hold on just a minute because I forgot. I had a couple of people donate, um, and I wanted to make sure and say their names, call them out, shout them out. So, Karina, thank you so much for buying me coffee. Wendy Knight, thank you so much for buying me 2 coffees. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so, so very much. Um, I just wanted to make sure and call those people out and let you know how appreciative I am. Um, okay. And baby angel, did you ask your question already? Did I miss it? Because I'm starting to channel. Okay. Okay, I got it. Yes, I would love a general reading, please, for the coming 2 months. I'll pull a card for month 1 and a card for month 2. Hold on a second. This group is so close that my cards are like wanting to like the same cards are coming up for you guys, and I am shuffling and shuffling, and finally my higher self is like, Cindy, you can keep shuffling, but the group is so close that there's a lot of things that a lot of y'all are going, a lot of the same things are going on, a lot of the same themes are going on, maybe not in the same way, but it's the same themes. So, and you guys are so honorable, you don't even say. Like, you're so honorable, you don't want to bring the group down. But my cards are telling me, like, I am trying. You guys hear how much I'm shuffling, and it doesn't matter. Coming up. They keep coming up. Okay. Shuffling. I'm cutting the decks. I'm shuffling. All with muddy boots together. Yeah, exactly. We are all in the trenches together, which I love. That's what this group should be. You guys, I'm so glad we have this on video. I'm so glad we're doing lives because in 5 years we're gonna see the difference. In 10 years we're gonna see the difference. In 20 years we're gonna be like, wow, can you remember when we were like that? And we're so different now. Okay, general reading. This 1 month. Ooh. 2 month. Ooh. What are you working on? So you've got the Emperor in the first month. So I feel like there's something that you're really engaging with that is community. I mean, like this is community, but I feel like this is something else too. And I feel like you're getting help from places you didn't think you were going to get help from. That's in this next month. I think right now you might be hoping to get help in places you didn't get help from, but that's actually going to come true for you. This is like serious grounded energy. I don't know what this is. Like, I'm talking an empire stuff, like serious grounded energy. Wow. Like, have you been working on this a long time? Because this is like that type of that thing comes in and it stays. Like I'm feeling, "Ugh, I gotta stay grounded. Like, I don't know what this is you're working on. I don't know what this is you were wishing that would happen, but you've got people that want to help you. Okay. Now, for some reason, it's funny because you're right by on when I'm looking at your when I'm looking at your names, I see Aries right above you. Um, I'm working on something and working hard. Keep doing it. You're about to get a lot of help, and it's about to like. This is how I feel. I feel like when I come into your energy, boom, I like I'm grounded. Like whatever you're building is working. Keep doing it. You're about to get a whole bunch of help. Like I think it's gonna shock you. Um, because I don't think you've had this before. I don't think you've ever had this before. This kind of help, but you're ready for it. But this is like building something. Like I just said, an empire. Like I'm seeing something bigger being built. Okay. And then in month two is when you're actually feeling. You could be seeing some changes in month one, but in month two is where you have the death card, where it finally. I'm gonna put amounts to some money. Okay. I really had help before, so it would be nice to get some. Yeah, this is you're about to get some help. And it's going to come from some unlikely places. You're just not used to receiving any help for anything. Um, but in month two is where you're actually feeling like the reason I was saying this is because like um, the universe could give me $100,000. I'm just gonna put names. I'm gonna put amounts. The universe could give me $100,000, and I'm like, that's good, thank you. It wouldn't be this for me until it was a couple of $1 million. And then I would be like, ah, okay, now I see what you're doing. Does that make sense? Like $100,000 is not going to do it. But I'm that way just in life. So for you, whatever that amount is, it's going to be like, it's like, we're talking about money now, but it could be in other things too that I'm like, when I'm losing weight, right? Because you guys know I gained weight for a reason. I wanted to see if I could do it. Now I'm losing weight, right? I could lose 25 pounds and everybody's like, you're great. Not that I need to lose that. That's not the point. The point is they're like, you're doing so good. And I'm like, not even close. Not even close. Until I can get, in my size double zeros, then we'll be talking. Like it's like that. It's like until that my mindset, my thing is really high, right? Yeah, I always for myself set it really, really high. So even though you will be grateful for this, you will be so grateful, but you're like not going to breathe until something happens here that changes your course, that the work that I've done is doing it. It's doing it. Okay. That makes sense? Yeah, Aries says, nice to meet you, baby angel. You will. You absolutely, all of you women will. All of you women will. I already know this about all of you. All of you that are in here. That's why we can take little Eagle and say, that's why I wanted to pick on her, right? Because she deserves her dream. We all do. It's time to do that. We've already done what they told us to do. We've already done what we thought we should do, right? We've already like put our dreams to the side. That's not where we're going. That's not where we're at right now. We're at building that dream of ours, right? At Simply Cindy, may I ask for a group read on when these energies that have all of us heading towards hermit energy going to let up? Yes. So here's the thing, Ellen. Seems it's affecting all of us. Life is a bit wonky after all, right? So there's a couple of things, Ellen. Um, First of all, because we're going to do it. How do I say this? We're not the only group, but because we're the group that's going to show that this is true to the world, um, probably on a bigger scale than some of y'all are comfortable with. Because we have a responsibility, remember Saturn and Pisces, because we're so educated and evolved in spirituality. I mean, that's what people call it, a spirituality, but I think it's more than that. Because of all of this, first, we're needing to attract our group, right? So as we get this out and as more people come in and as you guys are meeting each other and as you're growing, it's almost like your higher self spirit, source, God has like put a little bubble on us for right now. We're not going to stay in the bubble, but just kind of is like put the bubble on us and is like, okay, come on, get to know each other, build these relationships. Let's do this thing because y'all are all wanting to get, you guys have all been through hell. Like you guys are the ones that dance with the devil. Okay. And I love you, higher self, right? I love you. I'm not going to just let you walk back in and get hurt. I'm going to let you ease into it. And guess what? You're not doing it alone this time. You've already been to hell by yourself. You already danced with the devil. You already kicked that motherfucker out. You already said that was yours. Okay. We're doing it different. Right. I have come out of hermit mode. Right. And so I'm taking my hand. Y'all can't see it. Taking my hand. And I'm slowly bringing you guys out of hermit mode. But it's not just me. It's like Aries. It's like it's a lot of you in your own way are able to, when we feel comfortable, that's why it's so important for us to get to know each other because we're going to walk out of this together, right? This is before I even pull the cards, but we're going to walk out of this together. This is very, very different than what we are used to. We are used to, you tell me what to do, I go get it done. I fail, I fall, I get hurt, I get back up, I still do it. Very different. That's not what we're doing this time. What we're doing this time is doing it together. And we don't even know how to do it together yet because we have never done it together. So we are pioneering, right? We're the ones making the road so that the ones behind us can have a road, right? If this earth, or we'll just say, if this cycle has never done this before, and we're the first, and again, we're not the only ones, it just happens to be, we're one of the groups, right? If we're doing it, we're going to do it in a very different way than the other group that's going to do it, right? But because we have had such trauma, because we're used to have habits, we're taking it slow, right? We're all used to just tell us what to do and we'll get it done, right? That's not what this is. It's like, let's enjoy the ride because that's part of the mission is to enjoy the ride. But we've never done a mission where we enjoyed the ride. Does that make sense? Exactly. Ellen says, well, baby Angel says, so looking forward to it. Dot says, sounds so good. Kathy says, kick that devil to the curb. Exactly. Like, I'm not even worried about the devil. We already beat him. It's not a big deal. So Ellen said, I had a vision of the flower of life. What you just described as a bubble, I saw as a petal, and all the petals are locked together. Each affects the next. Absolutely. See, that gives me chills. That's that. The better our petal, the better the next, right? So I'm gonna explain it this way too, because this is why the hermit mode as well. What if 2/3 of us, maybe 3/4 of us, our petals are bright, right? And maybe the other fourth has bright petals, but there's a little bit of something there. And they're so used to doing it themselves, they don't even realize, or they don't want to show because they've been hurt by the past, that if I'm vulnerable, it's a way for somebody to get one up on me, or it's a way for life to get one up on me, right? So we can't move forward until everyone's petals are bright and healthy and aligned. So that's why the hermit mode. Does that make sense? That's so beautiful, Kathy. Yeah. That makes sense to you guys? But I will pull the card for that. And we'll see what the cards say. Right? Because we are doing tarot. And for those of you that are watching in the background, we don't do this with our ego so high that I'm like, oh, we're special. No, we're not special. We're a group that's forming that hasn't been like this before. And you are welcome to join us. You are welcome to join us. Baby Angel says, every word of yours resonates. Thank you. That's well said, Cindi. Yes. I'm the fool. I've always lived on the edge. Yeah, Tammy, we all have. That's group. We've all lived on the edge, whether we were forced to or whether we chose to, right? I mean, it's a choice either way, but whether we thought we had no choice and we had to do it, some of us, like Aries, I can see her being so mad and be like, fuck it. I'm just going to do it. Fuck it. They put me on the edge. I might as well fucking do it. Like, that's how I see. Where Eagle was like, I've been forced. I have no choice. I have to do this, right? It's different. It's different for all of us. But we've all been on the edge. We've all lived on the edge. And trust me, there's been so many times in my life, not in the last 10 years, but so many times in my life where I'm like, why the fuck aren't I dead? Like, why? Because I've gone over the edge. And I'm sure many, if not all of you, have gone over the edge. And they got pissed because you had to come back. Does that make sense? I love this group. It didn't occur to me that others don't function as I do. I never labeled my gifts, but I have always used them. They have always been natural, like breathing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now just think, when we all move that next step together with our abilities having been intensified, having been exercised, and having control and knowledge of them. Can you imagine what this group can do? Can you imagine? Like, it just blows my mind what I've seen. And it's going to blow yours. So, do not try to get to the next step. Do not try to get out of the hermit mode. And even though I'm taking your hand and I'm gently having you walk out of hermit mode with me, because I'm sort of out too. I'm already out. But just because I'm holding your hand, I don't want you to be the good girl or the good boy and take a step because you think that's the right thing to do. Because then you're going to nullify what we're doing here. Okay? I just want you to be. I want you to enjoy. I want you guys to get to know each other. Because that is walking out of the hermit mode. Not me holding your hand and asking you to come out. All of us together, not apart. And that's so different than what this world is saying to do, than what other spiritual people are saying to do, than what other people are getting. It's just different. But guess what? You, every one of you have never been like everybody else. You never have. So of course, ours is going to be a little different. Ours is not going to look like everybody else. It's not supposed to. Remember that. If we look like everybody else, we're not doing it right. We got to go back in the bubble. Make sense? Harry says, so Cindy, we're going to move together. I love you guys. I love you guys. You know why I love you guys? Because every time we get serious, and this is part of my growth, every time we get serious, one of y'all cracks a joke. And I'm like, that's my higher self. It's like, Cindy. I'm like, okay, okay. We can laugh. Oh, God. Oh. Okay, let's see what we say for the group. Let's pull a group card. I'm like, it doesn't matter how much I shuffle these. What's going to come out is going to come out. I want to utilize my knowledge, but I am uncomfortable with the language. So many uses different words. None are accurate, and often they repel people. I have to figure out how to work with it. No. That may be part of what you're doing, but we're about to go into Aquarian energy. We're in Capricorn energy again, right? Pluto's in Capricorn, but we're about to go back into Aquarian energy for the next 20 years. Things don't shock us, right? Things don't really shock us unless they happen deeply to our soul, right? But things on this earth don't really shock us. Y'all are about to be, you're going to be one day being like, I didn't think anything could shock me because things are going to look so strange. They're going to look very strange. Y'all are going to kind of see what it's like to be Aquarius ascending. Like, it's very strange, right? It's strange because it hasn't happened before. It's strange because it's so forward thinking, or it's strange because it's a different space that we hadn't been in. And that's just Aquarius. Now, take that and put it on the world. That's going to be the energy. You're going to have some things that look very strange. This is why it's so important to know yourself and to know your group, because you're going to have to be like, do I agree with that? Do I not agree with that? What do I think about that? Like, I've never encountered that, right? So what I'm saying is that old thinking, Ellen, of, am I saying the right thing? So I'm not going to say the name, but you guys know this person that I'm working with. And she said, I have no problem telling my doctor. She said, in fact, I think, tell my doctor, my psychic says this. And I was like, well, you don't really have to call me your psychic. You can call me your spiritual advisor, or you can call me, an herbalist, or you can call me something, right? Yeah, North Node is Aquarius. Yikes. That would make sense because that's where you're going to, right? Your North Node, that's where you're going to. But it's like that. It's like you're not going to have to worry about the words that you're saying. You just don't. That's the old thinking. And this person, I mean, we've worked for years and years together, but she's like, I have no problem saying that. Like, I am not ashamed of you. And I was like, I don't think you're ashamed of me, but I know how doctors work, so can we, like, maybe reword that? But we're coming to a time where I don't even have to think that, We're coming to a time where that's not even going to matter. All right, let's see what we have. For the group, where are we now? And when are we going to get out of this bubble? Ooh. What? My personal nurse, yeah. Only Aquarius is my chart in midheaven. That's like an important part as your midheaven. Ellen. Hi, Anita. Oh, is there a new person here? I'm sorry. Okay, so where are we at? Look where we're at. This is the group right now. This is the Eight of Swords. Right? So I see this because you can't see, you're having faith. You're learning to have faith and knowing that actually, I do see some people thinking of it as, I know people have my back, but am I willing to untie myself Or will they help me untie myself? I know I have the weapons. I know I have the knowledge. I know there is still danger around me. And I feel like I have souls behind me. I feel these women. I feel this group. I feel like they all have good intentions. And I see us questioning. I see a lot of us questioning. Do I untie myself? Do I unbound myself? Do I do I lean and ask for some help to be unbound? Because I'm not going to see it. I'm not. I feel like there's a little bit of danger around me, but is that danger because I'm used to feeling like there's danger around me? Will I know what step to take? Will I know how to do this? And then some of you are feeling like, am I even worthy enough to be this? See, we're all over. We're all over the place with this, and that's great. That's great because it's only when we can see it and address it and feel it and sense it that we can transmute it. And that's what's going to help us all walk out of the bubble together. All. And this goes, I'm going to look at the camera because this goes for those of you that will see this later that consider yourself in this group, because you are, even those that are like, I don't believe this, but I am watching her. Even you, just because you're not able to come to life doesn't mean you're not part of this. You absolutely are part of this if you are watching me. Absolutely. And I don't want you to feel any less. So, where we're headed, y'all are not going to believe this, even though you believe this, is the King of Pentacles. Is that not beautiful? The king is one of the most beautiful kings. He is steadfast. He is solid. He means what he says, and he is kind. He is charitable. He has built his stuff. Does that make sense? That's where we're headed. We're headed, he's abundant. That's where we're headed. To abundance. To solid place. To where the grass grows. Look at this wisdom. See his horns? Or what are they called? Antlers. See his antler? That's wisdom to me. Look how much wisdom he has. That's this group. Solid. We're not, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any other groups. I'm just saying we're not the group that's going to be talking a lot of shit and not doing anything. When we come, we mean what we say, and we will follow through. The king with the chicken and the bunny. Yeah. Beautiful king. Beautiful king. That makes sense? Thank you, Ellen, for asking me to pull a card for the group, because that helps a lot, right? Okay, so I don't know if Anita did have a question. Kathy says, I feel it, but I don't know how to handle it sometimes. I know. That's why we're in the bubble, so we can get used to it. Remember. So do you guys see what she just said? I'm going to pick on you now, Kathy. I feel it, but I don't know how to handle it sometimes, right? Our higher selves know that. That's why they're like, just stay right here. Just stay right here. Just get used to this energy. The other way that I can describe it is, remember, we're the balloon, and where we were in the box is too small. Now we're put into the bigger box, and it kind of feels uneasy. We're not really sure, and I don't feel secure. I don't feel safe yet. I know I'm not in trouble. I know I'm not in danger, but I don't feel the walls around me anymore. Right? That's this time. That's this time she's saying, I don't know how to handle it. Of course, some of you aren't going to know how to handle it. You've never had it before. I feel it, and it kind of feels like when, when I can tell you it's going to be exactly when it's supposed to be, right? Because it's a group. No one, no one is not walking out with us. We're all doing it together. And I'm not saying we can't drag people out because that's a different group to drag the people out. That's not us. We are all going to hand in hand walk out. Now I understand why we're put on pause. We have been bombarded on all levels. We need the downtime to integrate the new information, and when comfortable, put it to use. Perfect. That's exactly what I'm saying. Okay. That makes sense to everybody. So Anita said hello. Anita, do you have a question? Does anybody else have a question? I feel the pause will be over by the end of September. Then it will be time to put on our big girl and big boy panties and get it done. Maybe let's just think of that as that time that you're feeling as, how do I, as training for when we get out. Okay? Because this is going to be a minute. It's going to be a minute. You have to understand that you deserve the time that's given. You deserve it. Now, your brain may want to do it yesterday, and your heart may say, I'm ready to do it now, the warrior spirit in you, but it's not going to happen until it's supposed to happen. And that means everybody, as in the time start with at least the baby steps. Yeah. So think of it as training. Think of it as like we get to go out and do an exercise, and then we got to come back in. This is not like normal. This is not like anything you've ever seen. This is not like anything I've ever seen. I can just tell you because that's what I'm getting, right? This is not even anything that I could make up or like think about. It's just the way that I see it, the way that they're telling me. And that means every one of you. And some of us may be used to, like, we're going to get this done yesterday, but our higher selves are like, nope, you're not. No, you're not. You're going to do it a very different way. You're going to honor yourself. And this isn't a, let's get it done. This is a, let's do this together. Cindi, could I ask if you could explain to me more when you said, I need to validate my feelings? I tried to think about it, but it's somehow not understanding it as well. Or not understanding it well. Yeah, so let me try to get back in your energy to see what I was saying. So on the surface, when something comes about and you don't like it, so it could be trauma, it could be just a situation, it could be something, right? You immediately, oh, that hurts, or oh, now I'm mad, or oh, I'm dragging this out for you, right? You don't think, oh, I'm mad, but your stance may become agitated or hurt or something really quickly. Like you don't think of this, it just automatically happens, right? That's the true part of yourself. That's the thing, that's the part of yourself that is not masked. When something comes to you, that authentic, innate feeling that you have right away is the authentic you. Then what happens is automatically, without you even realizing it because you've been doing it for so long, the warrior comes in or the anxiety comes in. So the warrior, you can think of as the anxiety part. The anxiety comes in because you're like, what do I do? Da, 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 da. I got to get this. I got to do that. I got to do this. What am I doing wrong? How did I not do it? What did I like? All of that, the anxiety, right? That happens immediately after that initial feeling, initial emotion, which was the emotion that you had. You responded to whatever was happening to you, right? And then it's time to go to work. And that's your anxiety. How do I think my way out of this? How do I do my way out of this? How do I, right? That is the mask. That is a warrior. It was there for a reason, to protect you, to give you defense, to figure it out, right? This part, so that's why I'm calling it the mask, right? This is the authentic you. This is what you do. Then, when the mask is taken off because you finished it, this has been held so tight because it didn't get honored. It didn't get felt as much as it needed to be felt. It was an initial feeling, but then you put it away. You masked it. So when the thing is done, when the trauma, when you fixed it, because you always do, when it's done, the mask comes off. But this thing has been held so tight for so long, and it goes into your body, and your body is reacting. And that's why when this thing no longer has the mask and the anxiety goes away and it's settled down because you fixed it, you still have this that you haven't dealt with. And it's in your body. And that's when your body starts going to shit. Does that make sense? Yeah. She says, I feel like I always had to toughen it out. And I get pragmatic about it. Yeah, because you had to think your way out, because nobody ever was there. You had to do it on your own. Whether it was because you didn't trust anybody, whether it was because you did try to trust people and they failed you, whatever it was, whether it was because you had parents that were like, brush it off, figure it out, you got to do you, I did me, I figured it out, now you got to do it. Like, whatever it was, you never had. And you learned, when I have this feeling, I get this shit done so that I don't have the feeling anymore. And then when this unmasked, the feeling's still there, only it's been incorporated into your body. Yeah, no one was ever there. This made me cry. Yeah, and I'm sorry nobody was there. For all of you, nobody was there. And those of you that had people there, you couldn't trust them because they failed you. When you were little and you had no choice, those people failed you. And now you're supposed to be grown up and you're supposed to love them. And you're supposed to have an open heart because you're supposed to know better, because you're more evolved than everybody else. Those are the feelings y'all haven't honored. Those are the things that you haven't honored in yourself. That's the only way that you're going to get to your identity. That's the only way, is to be your true self. And that's your true self. To have a feeling that people disappointed you. To have a feeling that people were not there. To have a feeling that you were actually done wrong by the people that were supposed to love you the most. Absolutely, Dot. She said, thank you so much. Exactly, when we were little. Yeah. When you're little, you're supposed to be able to lean on your parents. If you had parents, some of you didn't even have that. And when you did lean on them, because that's all you knew to do, because you were a child. And when you did lean on them, they failed you. And never had they come back and said, I'm so sorry, now I know better. Like, some of y'all don't even get that. Some of y'all may, but that's rare. Some of y'all may never get that. And so you're evolved and you understand, you do some tools and you make and you're like, I shouldn't be upset. No, you should fucking be upset. You should honor your feelings. It doesn't mean that you have to be upset for the rest of your life, but you have to look at that feeling, you have to sit in it, and you have to have some compassion for yourself. Because as you grew older, well, I should know better. Well, I should do better. No, sometimes you don't. And you should have the same compassion that you have for this world, for the people around you, for the people that you help. You should have that same compassion for yourself. Yeah. So Kathy's saying, Dot, I relate to you. Yeah, that's a, do you remember what I was saying yesterday? People would come see me. They don't talk about the spirituality stuff, but they're sitting right next to each other in a cubicle working at the same place. And I know that they know, but they don't know each other. The same thing. That's probably why Spirit had me bring it up yesterday. Like, I am asking you to do what you have never done before, which is to open up and lean on these people, these beautiful souls, because they have been through a lot of the same things that you have. It may not be the exact same situation, but the perception, the trauma, and the way to transmute and heal this, to align yourself, right? Now, when we can do this, Ellen, is when the bubble will be taken off of us and we can walk out, right? That's not the only thing we need to do, but when we can finally feel safe enough to be vulnerable and step into what our authentic self. It's not like we're not trying to be authentic. It's that we don't even know what that is because we were never allowed to. And all your higher selves, source, God, spirit, all they're doing is saying, we're just going to hold you right here and let you guys do this. And know that you're okay because you get this time. Because where you're going, you need to be together and you need to be authentic. Because the world doesn't have that right now. And that's where we're headed. Yes, where we all uplift each other. Yeah. I'm so glad that you asked this question again and had me go deeper. This is so important for this whole group. And again, even if you watch this later, it doesn't mean you're not in this group. You are absolutely in this group if you put your eyes on me. Hang around. You'll see. Just because you didn't make it to the live doesn't mean you're not part of it. Okay. So, Catherine, did you have a question? Sorry, I'm starting to channel. Do you have a question? Does anybody else have a question? We're supposed to... See, there goes my Virgo side. We're supposed to be doing tarot. No, we're supposed to be doing what we're doing, right? But the Virgo South Node wants to, like, plan it out. Much appreciated. The older I've gotten and the more people I've met, the more I realize no one is perfect. Mm-mm. We often try to be what we think others want us to be. So few know anyone's true self. It's true. Listen, I've said this before. I used to say this on my other channel. We are perfect in our higher selves. We did not come down here to be perfect. That's not why we came. We're already perfect. We're already perfect. Let's go down and fuck some shit up. Hi, R. Hello, hello. It's my first time here. There was somebody else too. Alyssa. Hi. So welcome, everyone. Everyone in the background too. Again, you heard me talk about these beautiful, wise souls. Yes, you can have a card. What's your question? And R, you can have a card as well. I don't have super chats yet. I don't know if you want to hear my whole story. I was on YouTube for a long time. I left YouTube because I got mad because we got in the pandemic. Then I came back. Now I'm back. And I've got to restart my whole channel over again. That's like the quick part about it. But honestly, I say my story in all of my videos. So you are welcome to buy me coffee, which is here. No, this way. this way. You're welcome to buy me coffee through PayPal. Um, Thanks in advance. Of course. A card for my health. Can I get a card? My name is Ruby, please. Yes. So let me get Alyssa first. A card for your health. Interesting. Thank you guys for coming in. I hope you really like the energy here. These are some wonderful, wise women, wise old souls. Okay, Alyssa, where are you at? Alyssa, do you have a lot of digestion issues too? I'm just making sure I'm in the right energy. I'm seeing like your whole. I'm seeing like your whole GI tract. What's going on? So on point, Cindy. No question today. I got plenty of answers. Thank you. Just here to enjoy the good energy. Thank you, Catherine. Yeah, the teacher's been out lately, guys, and I'm having problems with my period. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing like your whole. I don't know. They opened that up to me. So you hold everything in your reproductive system. So when things come about and you get really anxious, this goes really deep. Um, are there some things that you feel that you may have found yourself having remorse for or feeling guilty about in, I'm trying to say this if in a public, um, here's the thing I'm going to tell you. You have the strength card, okay? You need to forgive yourself. You did the best that you could do. In whatever situation this is, I'm not going to bring it about in a public forum like this. So, and I think it could have been a couple of things that you tried to ignore and then continue to do it. Does that make sense to you? Like, I think you think it's worse than it is. You just have so much guilt about the way that you handle things or the way what you've done. And it's not like you've done anything bad. It has to do with like where you're from, the programming, the culture, the whatever this is, right? And so you've taken it on as something almost like rebelling, but then you have a lot of guilt about it. Does that make sense? I'm trying to say this where it's not in like because we're in a public forum. It does make sense. Thank you. Okay, perfect. So here's what your higher self says. You need to start looking at yourself and forgiving yourself. So forgive yourself. And that, just that, will begin to relieve this period issue. Relieve. It's going to help. I'm not going to cure. Got to be careful what I say, okay? It's going to help. But you're on the right track with that. I hope that helps. You did the best you could with what you had, with the way that it was told to you or brought to you. You did the best you could. You have to have the same compassion for yourself that you have for others. Okay? All right. I'm sending you lots of good energy. You got this. Now, Ruby, it's been a tough past years, especially the past 2 months. What is coming for me? I'm struggling in all areas: love, family, money, career, you name it. I know this is going to sound funny, but I don't mean to be funny, but we're about to have that lunar eclipse. So some things are going to be closed off for you so that the other things can open up for you. Are you really stubborn? Because I'm feeling like you just know that you're going to do it. Like you just know, like you set your mind to something and you will not let it go. And I'm feeling that that is what's holding you back. I feel like you're stubborn. And the reason I can say this, Ruby, is because I'm just as stubborn as you are. Yeah, I think I know better. This was in the past, right? I've worked on this a lot. I think I know better and I'm educated, I'm experienced, and blah, 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 blah. And so I think I know better. And then my higher self just said, you know what? Shh. I'm going to cuss. My higher self says, you know what? Shut all that shit down. All she can do is that. And here I am in life, like, wait, I have to move. I have to do. Well, how am I supposed to do? And my higher self was like, get to it. Yeah. What I've learned is the thing that I don't want to do when it feels like that. That is the thing that I do. I already know it because it's the opposite of what I should be doing, right? So, what I feel like doing, right? And so that's what I'm feeling with you, how to work with that part of you that's really stubborn and you don't realize how stubborn it is and it's holding you back. Think of it as the thing that you don't want to do is the thing that you need to do. And I mean, you don't really want to do it, but you got to do it. Okay. Um, did I pull a card? I didn't even pull a card. Did I pull a card? I'm channeling, so the teacher's out. Like I can't feel the separation between me and the teacher, but I can tell because I can't even remember if I pulled a card. Let's see. So you have the Queen of Cups, right? So here you go. What's coming in for you? Something that you really want. No. Do you sometimes, this is going to be a little bit hard to hear. Do you sometimes manipulate people? You're not evil, but like, you know, you can kind of get what you want if you manipulate people, and it's just much easier to do it that way. And or I'm not going to judge. I just want to know if this is what I'm getting. Oh, so you're a Cancer Sun, but Sagittarius rising, and Moon, and oh, no wonder you're so stubborn, and you think you know better. So I'm going to ask you to step into your heart more, because that Sagittarius, because I'm a Sagittarius Moon, gets in our way, and then my Aquarius ascending makes it stuck. Okay, I want you to get into your emotions a little bit more, even though you think your emotions are what hinder you. Um, because here's the thing, at this point, you can't think your way out of it or action your way out of it. You have to feel your way out of this. I don't think I even noticed that about me. What, the emotion or the sad side? The Cancer side or the sad side? I feel like things will happen to you, and you're so lucky and people help you out of it. And what's been happening is that people have helped you out of it and you have not gotten yourself out of it. That's not to take anything away from you. It's just that life happens that way for you where you have Jupiter luck, right? So you have Jupiter luck, right? Yeah, I do get into my emotions a lot more. Okay. Well, emotions are emotions and they can be chaos, but I feel like you really need to, how do I say that? I don't want to offend you, but this is what I'm feeling. I feel like you have such Jupiter luck that it's deterred you. It's like a detriment to you almost. It's like I have not grown from this lesson because somebody helped me out of this lesson and did it for me. And so I continue to have this rhythm and I continue to have this phase and it keeps going over and over. Does that make sense? Right. Okay. Let me try it this way. Because she says, I show my emotions a lot, right? And I just said, you need to feel your way out of this, okay? There is, emotions are really complicated, okay? And so there's reactionary emotion, and then there's your true emotion, right? So there is, as things come in or people, hurt my feelings or things happen, I have a reaction. But my true self is something else. That emotion of being hurt, of being whatever. They're for you, for some reason, they're being separated. And you may have a lot of emotion because somebody offended you, or you got your feelings hurt, or this thing doesn't happen, or the universe doesn't love me, or God doesn't love me, or what am I doing wrong? Like those are all reactionary emotions, right? But because you got all this reactionary emotions, I hope I'm describing this correctly. Because you have all this reactionary emotion, your true of how you would feel, and it would give you the courage to do what you need to do to not have the same things occur to you over and over. Because, yeah, does that make sense? Okay, good. Yes, people have always been there for me. It's so think about it as this. If we do everything for our children, then we have children that don't know how to do for themselves, right? That's kind of what, and it's not a bad thing for you. I don't want anybody to think, or you to think, that it's a bad thing. You came in this life and got Jupiter. Jupiter wants to bless you all the time, right? But there's a point in your path or on your path where you're trying to grow this part of your soul that says, I love the fact that Jupiter gives me all of this and people have always been there for me, but it is now time for me to do it on my own. And that's just the evolvement of a part of your soul that you're trying to do. Does that make sense? And that's where you're at. And so because what these women probably know, but what a lot of people don't understand is when you're in that place of solitude, of I can't do it, I get it. Why do you think we've all done it? Because we refuse to stay there, and that emotion in itself made us get up and do it for ourselves because we had no choice. Right? So it looks like you have help coming once again. Right. But you're going to get that umped. So I'll give you an example of what just happened to me. And I've said this on other lives and other times. I just had to move from California to Oregon, right? I did not know how I was going to do it, but I had to do it in a hurry, right? Didn't scope the place out. I'd been scoping Oregon out, right? I have wonderful people around me who wanted to, when we couldn't find a place here, were trying to help me, like, oh, just get, stay at this place and stay at this, and just help me financially, help me, with whatever. And I was like, I can't let you do this part. I have to do it on my own, because if I don't do it on my own, this doesn't just have to do with me. This has to do with my line, my DNA, where I came from. I've got to change this. So I love you for trying to, and some people helped a little, because like I said, you could help, but you can't transform it for me. I had to transform it. That's the best way I can describe it. It's like there's nothing wrong with you getting some help, but you need to initiate. You need to do the thing. You need to feel uncomfortable. You need to do all of that, right? I'm homeless and I'm jobless, and family wants to help, but I said I have to do this on my own. Yeah. Yeah. And you have found yourself in that place where it's only going to get better from there, but you have to initiate it, because every time other people do it for you, you're going to come back to that. And like you said, you have Jupiter, and you're thinking, I have Jupiter. How can I be homeless and jobless? Because this has to do with your soul's growth. First of all, there's a lot of people that are homeless and jobless. It's this economy. But what if you made yourself be born at this time that the economy was going to be that way, so that you could pull yourself out of this? Does that make sense? And I do see that you are going to get some help. And maybe that has to do with the homelessness and the joblessness. But this Queen of Cups comes to help you. So you are going to get some help to get out of this situation. But be careful as you get this help, because I know you're going to get the help. As you get this help, don't rest on your laurels. You have to do this yourself, or you're just going to end up right back where you're at. Does that make sense? Right. You're getting there. I know the outside of your reality doesn't look like you've done well, but you're doing well. And that's what I'm getting from your higher self, is that you're doing well. Wishing you lots of inner strength and clarity. Yeah. And trust me, there's a lot of this group that has been through that. A lot of this group that has been right where you're at. Okay. So I hope that helps. And I think that's all, guys. I think that's it. Does anybody have any questions, any comments? They want to say anything? You're so welcome. You will push through. Yeah. Yeah. You will. You absolutely will. I already know you've got some help coming. I can see it. So you do have somebody that's going to help you a lot. Just remember, I don't know why I keep getting this. Don't. And I hate this thing too. It's like, don't rest on your laurels. As you get the help, keep pushing. As you get the help, keep pushing. You're going to break through and not have this happen ever again. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to go. I want to thank everybody for showing up. I'm glad that the teacher came out. I'm glad that we got the answers that we wanted. Thank you again, Ellen, for even suggesting that we had a card. I was in love with what Spirit said, what our higher self said, what the teacher has said. I just got a job offer. She said, I just got a job offer. There you go. I told you you're going to get help today. There you go. Glad you found this group. Yeah. I told you I can already see it. And whoever this woman is, she's going to help. So whoever this woman is going to help. Thank you for bringing this group together. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you. You're so welcome. All right, everybody. I will see you on the next one Wednesday, right? I love you, love you, love you. I'll see you later. Bye.